Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Press the Action Button podcast here on the Doomdog YouTube channel. I'm still trying to get used to saying that, by the way, because I am so used to calling it the Digital Delirium channel because I did that for years and years, you know?
Right.
As always with me is my friend Eric. Say hello.
How's it going?
And we decided we would do a little bit of an E3 preview.
Yeah, might as well, right? It's
Yeah, E3's coming up. I mean, the first show is what, the 10th?
I think so, yeah.
And that's
So
That's Bethesda.
Yeah. Or is it? Are they doing Saturday this year?
I think Bethesda's like 5 days before anybody else.
Of course they are.
Yeah. Which, Bethesda should have more things to show than they did last year. God, I hope so, because last year's Bethesda show was pretty disappointing.
Yeah, I'm curious if it'll be kind of similar, like stylized, not really a stage presentation, more stylized. Because what was it? It was like Welcome to Bethesda Land.
Yeah.
Isn't that it?
Yeah, and it was all like demos. There was no like people playing the game on stage kind of thing.
Right. And Evil Within 2 was kind of their big, which unfortunately it's supposed to be awesome, but it kind of just came and went. So
yeah, and I kind of expected that it would because Evil Within 1 was not particularly well received.
Right.
So I figured this game's just going to come and it's going to go and it's going to be forgotten about. But this year they did announce. You want to start off by ranting about leaks and how much leaks suck?
Yeah, because there's been so many this year, and I don't know if it's just kind of that's how it's going to become, you know?
God, I hope not.
Because I was thinking about, all the games being announced and everything, and then kind of what Sony said about their conference, and I'm wondering if maybe we're going to start to see an end to the traditional conference, but who knows?
I hope not. I like the traditional conference.
Right. Yeah, me too. I know Nintendo doesn't do them anymore. I wish they would. I think the past couple of years they definitely could have, but
yeah, same here. I think they could this year too.
I have an E3 schedule real quick. Saturday, June 9th, it's Electronic. It's EA. And then Sunday is Microsoft, Bethesda. Monday is Square, Ubisoft, Sony, and Tuesday's Nintendo.
Okay, so I have one massive day that's going to overload me when I'm covering this shit. So the other days really aren't that bad. Although I'll probably have to find time to fit in the first day, because that's my birthday, June 9th.
Oh, nice.
So I will be doing something that doesn't involve E3.
Yeah, right.
Probably at a baseball game. But
so yeah, that'll be good.
I'll get it all done. I'll do the same thing I do every year. I will live tweet my reactions as I watch them, watch the different conferences, try to catch as many of the conferences live as I can. In the past, I haven't always been able to catch all of them live. And I just kind of went back and watched them at my leisure when I could and live tweeted my reactions while I did it. I think it's kind of better that way, though, because anytime I have to take a piss, I'm like, pause, and I go take a piss and come back and continue.
Yeah, I don't think, with my work schedule, I don't think I'll be able to watch Microsoft and Bethesda live. Or no, I'll be able to watch Bethesda live, and then I'll be able to watch Sony live, but the rest I'll have to kind of, put on and go through, which, I don't know, I can skip through the sports shit, so.
For some reason, I was thinking Bethesda was doing theirs early. But I guess not. But I wanted to bring up leaks so we could lead into Bethesda, because Walmart leaked a shitload of games that are supposed to be coming to E3.
Yeah, I actually kind of, I remember I skimmed over and then I kind of forgot most of them.
Yeah, only one of them has been confirmed so far, and that was, one of the leaks was Rage 2.
Right.
And everyone went, wait, what? Rage 2? I thought we'd never get a fucking sequel to that. And then, What were you gonna say?
No, I was just it's such a weird release.
Yeah, I've got no problem with it. I like the first Rage, but I wasn't expecting a sequel.
Yeah, I know. If Bethesda's conference doesn't end with something big, which what I'm hoping, and we have Rage, I'm going to be fairly disappointed.
Yeah.
I mean, and Rage looks awesome. You know, it looks really fun. It's like a mix of like Doom, Borderlands, and Mad Max. So I mean, I definitely want to play it, but
Yeah, I'm on board for that.
very out of left field.
Yeah, but the Bethesda followed up the leak by activating the Rage Twitter account for the first time in years, and then replying to it with like this little mini critique of the placeholder box art that Walmart Canada put up.
Like the pink graphic over it or whatever.
Yeah, that was pretty funny that they did that.
Yeah.
They didn't confirm that it was happening then, that they waited a few more days, and then they're like, okay, here's the trailer, and the next day, here's the gameplay trailer. And I kind of just sat back and went, okay, this looks awesome, but why couldn't you reveal this at E3? One, I wish Walmart hadn't leaked it. Two, I wish they would have waited till E3 to show it off, because imagine how massive of a surprise that would be. Like, oh, by the way, we're making a sequel to Rage. You never expected that to come out of our mouths, did you?
Yeah, it's a... I don't know, like, I'm still just kind of like, okay. I mean, I didn't really know we're clamoring for a sequel to Rage, but alright, I mean, if it's fun, it's fun.
I don't think a lot of people were clamoring for a sequel to Rage, because Rage... I think the ending of Rage left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, so they just kind of forgot about it. Because the ending of Rage... What?
It's been so long, I can't even begin to remember what it is.
Yeah, the ending of Rage, it didn't end so much as the story just kind of stopped. It's like the ending of the first Assassin's Creed, where the story just kind of stopped at a point and the credits rolled. You remember?
Yeah, but at least with Assassin's Creed, you knew it was the beginning of a pretty major franchise, right?
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with it because I'm like, okay, it's kind of like a movie where like there's going to be plenty more of this coming.
Yeah.
All right, so obviously we're doing Bethesda, so they better, oh my god, if they don't have a new Elder Scrolls game, where I'm just gonna quit. No more, I'm done.
Yeah, I wouldn't get your hopes up on that one though, honestly. I think they're going to show off a new RPG called Starfield.
What's just been described as like Fallout in space.
Which sounds cool to me.
Yeah, no, I'll be all in on that, but like, I want a new Elder Scrolls so bad. I don't want to hear another fucking word about Skyrim as long as I live.
Yeah, I love Skyrim, but it's time to move the fuck on already.
Yeah, and even if they just do like a graphic at the end of the presentation, like, you know, show off the new one, you know, the new space game, which I think if it's what it sounds like that I've like, you know, the various rumors I've heard, I think it could be incredible. But at least end with a Elder Scrolls graphic.
Yeah, I think we're going to get some gameplay of the upcoming version of the Wolfenstein 2 on the Switch.
Yeah. Which that'll be.
And here's kind of a pipe dream, but it could be done. I think it could be done with relative ease. Make the version of Wolfenstein 2 come with a port of the first game. Wolfenstein: The New Order.
First Switch, yeah, we do that.
Yeah, it'd be easy to do because there is an Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 version of the game. It doesn't look nearly as good, but it does exist and it does run okay, so you can definitely get that game running on the Switch. So I think that's something they should do, whether they do that or not. it remains to be seen. But I think we'll see that. I think we'll see some Starfield. Finally, they've been talking and teasing that up for like fucking years.
Yeah, they obviously they take a while, but
there was one other tidbit of information from the Nintendo leak about this particular that is would be relevant to this particular conference.
what was that? I don't remember.
Fallout 3 remaster.
Oh. Yeah, I guess. Could see that.
It was called, and again, there's been no confirmation or anything else. I don't even know where the leak came from. It was just a photo of a paper that listed everything that was supposed to be at Nintendo's conference.
Yeah, I didn't look at it, so I don't know. I guess I'm getting a little bit bored with like constant remasters.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's turning into a kind of a cheap way to just keep making money, and which I guess you can't really blame them, but
yeah. But the rumor is it's called Fallout 3 Anniversary Edition, and it was rumored to come to the Switch. And if it comes to the Switch, it will come to the PC, it will come to the PlayStation 4, it will come to the Xbox One, which means you will get a 4K ready version of Fallout 3 on current gen hardware.
Does anybody need Fallout 3 in 4K? I mean, how good is that game going to look?
I suppose that depends upon what they do to the remaster.
Well, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I mean, Skyrim, how long did Skyrim come out after Fallout 3? It was a while, right?
Skyrim first came out in, I want to say, 2011.
Right, so it was a while after Fallout 3. And,
yeah, about 3 years.
The remaster of it looks really good, but there's no need for that game in 4K. I mean, it's still limited, by what it was made on. So, to me, Fallout 3 in 4K is, well, like I said, just being devil's advocate. I mean, it's just, to me, it seems unnecessary, but at the same time, I may see it and then immediately want it. And especially if it's on Switch, I'll probably want it. So,
yeah. I think the bigger news here is it would be coming to Switch, which it would be another Bethesda remaster coming to Switch because obviously it got Skyrim.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna turn into a point where companies, if they can get it on Switch, put it on Switch. You know?
Yeah, and
put it on there. That console, it's crazy popular. You know, Nintendo can themselves its back, so. I don't think it's a case anymore of like we should or shouldn't. I think if they're gonna put it on, they'll definitely want to put it on Switch.
Yeah, and then PC, you'll get a new PC version of it, which you probably aren't aware of the problems with Fallout 3 on modern PCs.
No, I could not care any less about PC gaming. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I just don't care.
Yeah, I know you don't, but let me run down it quickly. Fallout 3 was designed to run on a single-core processor. On the consoles, it was a single-core processor. On every PC at the time of its release, basically was a single-core processor. Dual cores would quickly come down the pipeline shortly after that, but on modern hardware, the game doesn't know what the fuck to do with a multi-core processor, and it causes a lot of crashes. And apparently there's also some kind of compatibility issues with Windows 10. And a remaster of that is designed to run on modern hardware would fix that issue. So from the...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
If they get it working right for PC players, and I'm sure they'll be happy.
Yeah, I just hope that if they do that, they do what they did with Skyrim, where if you already bought the game on PC, you get an upgrade for free.
Right. Yeah, that'd be the only way to do it, I think.
Yeah. So, do you think we'll see anything from Anything else from id Software? Maybe a Doom 2. Often been
I
rumored.
personally come out with a new Doom game. I think Doom 2, CG trailer, but I'm really leaning towards this happening this year.
I would love it, because Doom 2016, if you haven't played that game yet, what the fuck are y'all waiting for? It's fucking awesome.
It's still so well received and popular. I think I really think they're going to come out with it this year, or show it.
Yeah. And then
It would make sense. Yeah.
What is the studio that they own that does the Dishonored games?
Oh God, I don't remember the name. I hope there's not another Dishonored.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect another Dishonored after how poorly the last one sold, but that studio's got to be doing something.
Right, yeah, I would imagine. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they announced a new Dishonored.
A new Dishonored would surprise me a little bit, because again, the last one wasn't particularly well received, but I mean, critics loved it, but it didn't sell.
I'm not a fan of those games. Like, I know that some really, 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 really love them, which is cool. Yeah, but I don't know. There's something about them. It's just not for me. However, I know that the first one was so popular. I thought the second one would be huge, but it just didn't seem to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My problem with Dishonored is that it feels to me like it has a serious identity crisis. Like, it wants to be a stealth game. That much is obvious, right?
Yeah.
And then the game keeps giving you toys to go the non-stealthy, murder everything that moves approach. And I'm like, are you wanting to be a stealth game, or are you wanting me to play this like a first-person shooter? Make up your mind. That, and I didn't really get into the story when I was playing. I don't even remember the fucking story.
No, it just wasn't my thing.
Yeah, I played it, I beat it, and I was like, that exists. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, so what, I guess that's Bethesda.
Yeah.
So you want to do, EA?
Yeah, let's do EA.
Which I think it'll be, I hope it's Star Wars, kind of make up for the bullshit the last game.
Yeah, I want them to be like, so, y'all like BioWare, right? Y'all like Star Wars, right? Guess what we're having BioWare make a sequel to?
Right, yeah, that would slay E3 if that happened.
Yeah, that... God, I wanted a KOTOR 3 so fucking bad, dude. You have
So
no
does
idea.
I personally don't think we'll ever get one.
It's a
But-
goddamn shame, because EA doesn't
Yeah.
seem to have any faith in single-player games.
No, they don't. Like, I'm so... I don't know, like, I didn't pick up Battlefront 2, so I got Battlefront. And I was like, okay, well, hopefully this is the start, it's kind of the first big Star Wars release under EA, and and hopefully it's the start of just a slew of like really good Star Wars games, so many different games. That franchise can adapt to any type of game style. But then it's like, oh well, all we're gonna have is Battlefront 2, and then that's gonna bomb. With microtransactions and all that bullshit. And
Yeah,
Now,
it's
really-
EA's fault that it bombed.
then apparently I guess they had like a really cool. Well, I know there's a lot of articles on it. They had like a pretty awesome Boba Fett bounty hunting third-person game, and they canceled that. I just
Be all for
if
that. They had
Star Wars there on.
They had Amy Hennig, who is a fairly well-known writer in the gaming industry. She's
Yeah.
been around a long fucking time. She worked on, I think, Jak 2 and 3. She worked on some of the Uncharted games. She worked on the original Soul Reaver. Her writing, she's a good writer.
Yeah.
They had her writing a story for a single-player Star Wars adventure game, and they said no.
Yeah, I don't understand. That company is so massive. And they get that franchise, and they keep canceling what sounds like awesome games to just put out another competitive multiplayer game. God damn it, sons of bitches.
Yeah, and that really drives me up the wall. Like, at what point do you accept that releasing a single-player only game or a single-player focused game is viable? I mean, Naughty Dog did it.
I don't understand. Well, yeah, look at the success of God of War that just came out.
Yeah, 3 million copies in a week.
So it's like, how can they not look at something like that and go, oh, you put Star Wars on that and it's going to sell twice as much, you know?
Yeah.
It makes no fucking sense to me. Like, I swear that I really hope that they learned and this year they really come out of the gate with, you know, some Star Wars stuff. But if it's just if it's Battlefront 3 or something, I don't know. I just think I'll be done with kind of picking up their Star Wars stuff for a while until they come around to, like, you know, the single player side of it. Because, you know, you could do role-playing games, first-person shooters, third-person racing. There's endless amount of shit to do.
You could do a stealth game if you wanted to. You could.
Yeah, absolutely. There's literally an endless amount of shit that they could do with Star Wars, but they just do online competitive stuff.
And that seems like a fucking waste.
Oh, it's a major waste. It's such a waste.
They've got... They're so entrenched in there. Everything has to be multiplayer focused. And don't get me wrong, Anthem looks cool, but they're trying to be Destiny with that game. That's what they're trying to do.
Hopefully they're more of Destiny 1, not Destiny 2, but it's like I know what they're trying to do, and I think that'll be Anthem. I think Anthem will definitely, without a doubt, be the biggest part of EA's conference. Yeah. You know, you're gonna get the overly long map and shit that they do every year, and you just kind of have to accept it. But
yeah, that or Battlefield 5.
Yeah, Battlefield to get decent time. You know, they already announced it with a trailer, and there's like a girl with a robot hand for some fucking reason, even though I guess it's a reimagining of World War II. Oh.
Yeah, and there was this some guy in the comments just listed every single thing that they got wrong about World War II, and it's a fucking long list, especially considering how short the trailer is. It's like 2 minutes.
I know they commented and they said that, you know, they put fun over authentic at all times, and I understand if they're doing a reimagining of World War II, this is a reimagining. I don't really care if they got like historical accuracy done wrong. Like, that doesn't bother me because they're telling you up front, like, this isn't World War II that you know, right?
Yeah,
this is a different version, but so it's like I'm not really upset if it's not historically accurate. I just don't really want to play it.
Yeah. I can, like, if you do it right, you can get me interested in, like, alternate history bullshit kind of World War II. Like, that's what Wolfenstein is. And Wolfenstein is awesome. Yeah.
I'm a World War II nut, so I don't care if alternate history World War II doesn't interest me. Like, World War II itself is fascinating to me.
It is.
So, like, I can read about it all day, but to play, like, you know, their different take on it, I don't really have any interest.
You know, that's kind of what Wolfenstein has always been. I mean, the very first game back in 1991 or 1992 had zombies in it. So
Wolfenstein's it's a very tongue-in-cheek.
It didn't take itself too seriously. But
right.
And it was. This seems like to be taking itself more seriously.
Yeah, it's like almost, you know, it's like, oh, and it's not going to have a traditional single player campaign. It's like little bits and pieces or something out there. Oh, I don't know. It's something about it already just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah. They're not going to have a traditional scene. That's fucking disappointing because they're not doing that for Call of Duty either.
Yeah, it's not a great sign.
And can we just admit that the trailer itself, just disconnect yourself from the fact that it's some kind of weird fucked up version of World War II and just focus on the trailer itself and the fact that the trailer sucked?
Yeah, the trailer sucked. I mean, it's the first quick trailer. Obviously, E3 there's going to be a lot more of it. Also, I'm like 95% sure they said no single player campaign, so yeah, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure that's what they said. But anyway, yeah, the trailer was
garbage.
Yeah, it sucked. It sucked.
Obviously, we're going to get a shitload of sports stuff.
A lot of sports stuff. Maybe, I mean, I'm sure they may have some kind of something for maybe Need for Speed. I know that series seems to be almost in the wall. I wish they could bring it back, but
yeah.
I know the last one, they tried to do like a Fast and Furious kind of thing with the last one, which sounded kind of cool, but it just came and went. Yeah. I'm sure they'll have their typical EA where it's like, some games out of left field you don't expect. They may look, probably look pretty cool. So
yeah, like when they did what was the multiplayer focused combat strategy game that was based on Plants vs. Zombies?
Yeah, I don't remember the name of it.
That was out of left field. Nobody was expecting that shit. Like, they do that sometimes, and they surprise you, and you're like, why can't you always be this creative?
Yeah, I don't have as much hate towards EA as a lot of people do, because, I don't know, like, I like a lot of the stuff that they put out, the biggest complaint is getting something like Star Wars and just absolutely pissing away a massive, massive opportunity.
Yeah,
that's probably
Disney's
my biggest...
doing that too, so...
Right, yeah.
It's not, sales numbers are not looking so hot right now for the new Solo movie, but then again, nobody asked for a Solo. Like, everybody loves Han Solo, nobody wanted a Solo movie.
I've heard that it's just kind of a weird... I haven't seen it yet, I'm going to, but I've heard it's like a weird thing, like you're watching it, and I don't know, I'm gonna see it. I get off track too much, keep going, but it's just, I don't know, I know they said it's not going to make as much, but it still looks like it's going to make a shit ton of money regardless. I mean, if it doesn't make as much as the last Star Wars movie, they can't all make more than the previous ones, plus The Last Jedi sucked.
Yeah, I have a shitload of problems with The Last Jedi, and I'm not gonna get into it because I'll bitch about it for the next hour.
If I even start talking about it, I'm just gonna get mad and hit something. But yeah, the EA, hopefully it's a good show. Hopefully there's a lot of Star Wars, and if not, then we'll be bitching about it in the wrap-up show.
Yeah, I want to see single-player Star Wars. I don't think we're gonna get single-player Star Wars, but I want to see it.
No, we won't, but that's what I want.
Yeah. I think beyond that, it'll just be a typical EA show. They'll show Battlefield and a shitload of sports games.
Yeah. I'm sure.
And I'll have to tweet about a bunch of sports games, and I'll probably just tweet, "Ugh, I don't care," over and over again. Yeah. I've done that.
Yeah, and like other people, plenty of people do, so that's fine. Like if that's what you want to play, like get them and play them, watch the thing, see which one you're gonna like. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just not what I enjoy playing.
You know what they should bring back? Blitz.
NFL Blitz was the shit. I don't know if they can get away with it anymore.
Yeah.
You put them on steroids and shit.
Yeah. They should bring that shit back. Like, there's a sports game I'll play.
Yeah, NFL Blitz was awesome. I love that game.
Yeah, sort of like getting to hit players late after every single play is fucking great. I loved it, NFL Blitz. It was so much fun. Ubisoft.
Well, let's go. Hold on. Check my little schedule here. Let's do Microsoft because they're the day after EA.
Okay. Microsoft needs to come out swinging. And I mean, they badly need to come out swinging. They're getting their ass kicked in the sales race. They're getting their ass kicked in terms of exclusives.
Well, it's weird to even... To me, it's weird to say they're getting their ass kicked because, yeah, they're not selling as much as Sony, and even Nintendo's been on a roll, although I think Sony came back because of God of War and Sony beat them last month.
Yeah.
But Microsoft, if you look at the sales numbers for the Xbox One and the X, like, it's actually selling, like, really fucking well.
Yeah, I kind of want to get an Xbox One X, but getting an Xbox One X and getting a 4K TV is expensive as shit.
Oh yeah, I'd really like. I keep thinking about picking one up. I need to get around to doing it.
And
but I just. Oh, go ahead.
I don't see much point if I'm not going to get a 4K TV with it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Luckily, like getting a 40-inch 4K TV, I don't know, you get it for like $250 now sometimes, but not too bad.
It's still $750 I'm spending in one show,
and
that's a lot of money, dude. I'm not saying I wouldn't spend it. I want the console. Right. That's just a lot of money.
Right. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's going to be that way from now on with these fucking things. Yeah, I'm afraid to fucking think about how much the next PlayStation is going to cost when it comes out, but I know, I'm fairly certain we gotta get a Halo.
Yeah, it's time for Halo 6, and it's time for them to listen to the fans because the fans were not happy with Halo 5.
The fans weren't happy with 4 or 5. I mean, they really need to bring Halo back to its roots.
I liked 4 though. 4 was the first Halo game where I played, and I felt like the gunplay was just fucking awesome.
Mine was Reach. I thought Halo Reach was amazing.
I did like Reach. I didn't care much for the story for Reach, but it had great gameplay variety and level design.
And 4 is cool. Like I know that 4 got a lot of hate from what I remember, but then 5 just completely shit the bed.
Yeah, I haven't played 5, but what I've heard is the story is just atrocious in 5.
Yeah, it's not good, and I think it's been long enough that it's time. I think, the Halo stock has come so far down, but I really think they could make a pretty good impact, maybe try and get it back to close to what it used to be, maybe.
Yeah.
They need it. I mean, they desperately need a Halo game. I'm not, they're not in trouble in any way, but it's it's definitely time, and, they don't want to wait around too long for it.
Yeah, do you think we'll be seeing a new Gears game?
I know there was a rumor. I mean, I could see it happening, I guess. Maybe if it's... I don't know.
I know the last one was, well received, but kind of a flop.
Yeah, it didn't sell well, but it's a great game. It's awesome. It's worthy.
Everybody that played it loved it, but nobody played it.
Right, yeah, it's a great game. I know people were upset. They're like, oh, it's a completely different cast, even though Marcus is in it. But it's like, well, they got to move forward a little bit. I mean, you could see where the story was progressing. They had to move forward.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that franchise. I love it so much that, if they do announce a new Gears, I'll be super happy. I'll be kind of surprised if they do.
Yeah.
Because I think if you announce Gears 5 and Halo 6 in the same conference, then I don't know. I mean, they're two biggest,
Yeah. We'll probably get a new Forza because that's a fairly regular release at this point.
Yeah, I think it'll be a new Horizon. Because last year was Forza to launch with the Xbox One X. I think this year will be Horizon 4 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then I think the indie games are going to get a pretty big spotlight.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope both Sony and Microsoft feature some indie games in their conference.
Yeah. So Sony will get to their interesting sounding one here in a couple minutes. But
I want to see more of The Last Night.
Yeah. Yeah, that game, oh my god, that game looked awesome.
Yeah, it did.
I definitely think Microsoft will have the biggest indie showcase. And I know Nintendo, because and then usually they'll do like a separate one for like the Nindies or whatever they call them, which is awesome. But
Yeah.
I really think Microsoft will have them, because they're the Xbox it's an indie powerhouse. I mean, there's so many great ones on there.
Yeah. But what they really need is 2, 3, 4 big exclusives that they don't fucking cancel.
I think that I'm kind of wondering if they'll do an Assassin's Creed, because there's going to be some type of Assassin's Creed announcement, whatever it is.
Yeah, if they do an Assassin's Creed, they're not going to talk Ubisoft into missing out on that PS4 money.
No, but I could see Microsoft having first dibs.
Yeah, on that, or maybe Tomb Raider.
Well, yeah, Tomb Raider. Oh man, yeah, I'm so anxious for the new Tomb Raider game.
I haven't played the last one. It looks awesome, and I'm sure it is awesome because the Tomb Raider reboot was awesome.
I think that it's the best, maybe the best reboot of a franchise that has ever been done as far as games. Like, one of like the most revered franchises in the early days. Talking like, man, did they ever do a fantastic job of bringing that series back?
Yeah, they really did. It's the second time it's been rebooted, isn't it?
Yes and no. I know there was like that. I think there was like a Tomb Raider origin at one point, but I don't know if they were so much rebooting it. It's just telling like an earlier story.
Because I thought there was like a trilogy that began at the very end of the life cycle of the PlayStation 2 and the beginning of the current consoles.
Yeah, something.
Or not. Current consoles, my 7th gen consoles.
Yeah, it's weird. I can't remember exactly, but as far as it goes, like as far as I know, concerned, this reboot has just been stellar.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. If they get that, they will get a limited time exclusive. Do you think they'll get a limited time wrestle the limited time exclusiveness on map packs away from COD?
I could see something. Yeah, I definitely could see something. I don't think they'll get a Battlefield, but I think if they were going to get any, it would be Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And to me, Microsoft has always felt like more of a Call of Duty console, like the Xbox has. I guess.
No, man. If you're not playing Call of Duty on the Wii, you're not playing Call of... No, I'm kidding.
Oh God.
Call of Duty on the Wii was actually better than it had any right to be, though.
Yeah. I remember when it came out, and it was very surprising.
I mean, they managed to get all of Modern Warfare onto the Wii, and it worked.
The Xbox controller, to me, feels like a better kind of online first-person controller, and because I love so many different types of games. I'm not one of like the single-player game purists who won't touch a Call of Duty game. Like, I think Call of Duty is a blast. I prefer it over Battlefield, but I could see them getting some kind of exclusive.
I just kind of lost interest in the series around Modern Warfare 2.
To me, it's kind of like that yearly treat. I know, like I'll get it and I'll kind of barrel through whatever the campaign and have a little fun with that. And then like the multiplayer for it, I really enjoy it. I got not good, but I was like, decent where I could stay competitive. And then it's something I can pick up. If I got a half hour to kill before I go to work. That I could pick that up and have a couple matches and really entertain me, have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I can see him but I think that I think they need 2 to 3 big game announcements, exclusives. I think they need some studios to show that they're supporting just the Xbox, have a good indie showcase, and I think they can have a great conference. See, to me, Microsoft's a sleeper this year. I think they could come out with the best one if they're careful about it.
I think they need to.
Whether they do or not, I think they could be the sleeper that people aren't really expecting, because right now it's like, well, Sony, you kind of know the big games they're going to show, and I'm sure there'll be a couple surprises, but
yeah,
and then Nintendo, like everyone's super excited for Nintendo because of what can be shown, but I think this year people are sleeping on Microsoft.
Yeah. That's partially because public interest in Microsoft console is not quite at the level of the PlayStation 4 and the Switch is.
Right.
But
Yeah, they can. I mean, they can turn things around, and no matter what, Microsoft's doing just fine. The Xbox is not going anywhere. It's a great
this
console.
generation's kind of a loss for them. Not that it didn't sell well, but it just got outsold like 2-1.
Well, I really think, and just personally speaking, I think people put too much stock into who's winning the console war. If you look at Nintendo, the Switch is selling fantastic. That company's back on a roll. They're not really concerned with winning a console race. It's getting consoles in the hands of consumers, right? That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
More important than anything else is your console being on the shelf, picked up by a consumer, purchased. They go home, they plug it in, they sign up for the accounts, they sign up for the online, they buy games. That's so much more important than just like, we need to compete with Sony, we need to compete with Microsoft. So I think that gets thrown around so much that it makes, and I think it's detrimental to the console itself, as some people go, oh, well, they're not winning the console war, so I need to get the one that's winning. When, if you look at the sales numbers, like the Xbox is doing just fucking fine.
Yeah. But every generation seems to have that one console that's a runaway hit.
Yeah.
It was the original Nintendo, and then it was the Super Nintendo. Then it was the PlayStation 1. Then it was the PlayStation 2. And then it was, would you say it was the Xbox 360 or the Wii?
Well, the Wii sold, over 101 million consoles?
I think they both did.
Yeah, I know the Wii outsold it by a little bit. But I think if you could say either one of them, the 360 or the Wii, and you're going to be correct. Both were just...
Yeah, for user attachment rate, it's obviously the 360.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the people that bought the Wii, they would do something like, oh, I'm going to play Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, and that's it.
Yeah. And that was always the grandma console. You get one for your grandma, because they could bowl and stuff. So that you just sold an insane amount of consoles.
Yeah. And then this generation, it's been the PlayStation 4, which I guess Sony's got to be proud because they've taken 3 of the last 4 generations.
Well, yeah, I mean they're doing well. So let's talk about Sony. It'll be a short talk, as they've said it's going to be
4
not
games
traditional.
and some surprises.
4 games, a couple third parties. I'm assuming there will be a couple big trailers. Maybe something at the end.
Yeah, they have to have other trailers than just the 4 games, but that's going to focus on 4 games.
Yeah, they said it's a deep dive. It's going to be Last of Us 2, Spider-Man,
and Death Stranding.
What was the other one? Was it going to be Days Gone, or?
I don't remember what the other one was. I thought the other one was something that we barely even know about, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
I can't remember what the other one was, but obviously Last of Us 2 is going to be fucking huge, because the first game was fucking great, and everything Naughty Dog does is fucking great.
Well, they're marketing it very, very, very well. They're building up, slowly but surely building up more and more hype for it.
Yeah.
But I definitely, to me, I'm looking forward to seeing Spider-Man more than any game this year.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Spider-Man looks awesome. And I trust Insomniac. So
yeah,
I know
it looks incredible.
I know it's going to be a good game.
Yeah. It's just nuts. I'm really looking forward to their conference, because to see a decent amount of gameplay of Spider-Man, I'm going to be just flipping out in my chair. And then obviously Spider-Man, I'm hoping to see a couple other things. I don't really know surprise-wise what they'll have, but who knows?
Yeah, but
Death
Stranding. Finally getting to see gameplay of Death Stranding is a big deal too.
Yeah, I'm really hoping Kojima can kind of live up to his name. I don't doubt him.
Yeah, I'm pumped for it, man. I really am.
Me too. It should be awesome. I mean, he's a fucking legend. So
yeah,
that's I don't really have much more to say about Sony. Games. Yeah.
I wish I could remember the other one that they're going to show.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Because Death Stranding will probably look fucking amazing. The Last of Us 2 will be fucking amazing because everything Naughty Dog does is great. Spider-Man 2,
Yeah.
I have no doubt that that'll be great. I love that
It's gonna be, it's gonna be Last of Us 2, Death Stranding, Spider-Man, and then the Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay, I don't know that one. Do you know that one?
Yeah, that's it looks awesome. It's the what's the developer? Give me 2 seconds. What were you gonna say?
I love that Spider-Man. It's just like its own original story that they're creating that dives deep into the comics.
Oh god, it looks amazing. Oh, it's from the studio. It's Sucker Punch.
Oh, so Infamous guys.
Yeah. Which Infamous is amazing. But,
Infamous and Sly Cooper. That's what they're known for.
yeah, Second Son is incredible, but man, people need to get. Oh god, that game. But yeah, that'll be Sony. So hopefully some surprises. Show those games. I think Ghost of Tsushima. Now that I remember, like that looked awesome. We talked about it last year.
Yeah. Sucker Punch's a really talented company, so I'm sure that'll be good. I need to play Infamous too. I own it, and I've never played it.
Yeah, it's great. I think Second Son was incredible game, but
I actually heard more people praise Second Son, but I heard more praise for the downloadable.
I like the main game better. The DLC was cool.
First Light. Yeah, that's First Light.
Yeah. So what's left is that's Sony, and then we have Ubisoft. And Ubisoft is skim through Ubisoft. The typical Ubisoft, goofy.
Okay, so
I think
go ahead.
I think the big ones. I think there'll be a new Splinter Cell, some type of Assassin's Creed. And I think there'll be a new Rainbow Six.
Yeah, I was going to ask about Splinter Cell because they teased it with some downloadable content for
Bring Sam back. God damn it.
Wildlands, was it?
Yeah.
Because they actually had a little cutscene or mission or whatever with Sam Fisher in it, and he referenced Solid Snake and Metal Gear Solid. Which was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's been too long, and I think Splinter Cell needs to be back. If we're not going to get any good Metal Gear games anymore, bring Splinter Cell. But I love Splinter Cell. I love that series. I'm such a big.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a new one. I still need to play the last Assassin's Creed.
Origins is nuts.
I've heard Origins is the best one in a long time.
I still like Syndicate better, but I love that time period they went with. Because I've always thought like that old world London was so cool. So I really love that time period. So I just like Syndicate better for that, and I thought the main characters were really cool. But Origins is nuts. I mean, the different things they did with it, the size of the game, the scope. I think if we get a new Assassin's Creed, I think it's going to be set in that same world.
Yeah, I'm expecting at least for them to touch on some of the downloadable content coming to
Origins.
Not Origins. Far Cry 5.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I know the Vietnam one was the first one coming out.
Yeah, they just released a trailer for that.
Yeah, looks cool.
Which looks cool as shit. But I haven't played 5 yet, so I can't say quality-wise if it's good or not.
I can. Amazing.
I know we did a podcast where we talked about how annoying it was listening to people bitch about it.
Yeah, not to even get into that, but it kind of seems to have died down a lot.
Thank God. But yeah, I would expect them to announce something regarding the downloadable content for that. Like, even if it's just a trailer or two, they'll show something.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's more Assassin's Creed DLC other than a new game.
Yeah, because they're not doing the Assassin's Creed every year anymore, are they?
I don't believe so. They might. I don't think they will. I really think because I think they'll be in Egypt for maybe 2 or 3 games personally.
So if they do, if that's true, then we may not see a new Assassin's Creed this year.
Right. Yeah. Who knows? It'll be interesting to see what they do with it. I mean, Origins is so well received and it's sold super well. So
yeah, it kind of revitalized the series in the eyes of the fan base.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Also, anyone that's listening, if you have Origins and you haven't downloaded the free tour mode, whatever the fuck it's called, do it. It's awesome. It's like a history tour of all these places. I swear, it's so packed full of information. It's just really cool to learn about.
You know what they need to show more of, and because I'm not even sure they've showed gameplay of it yet. They've announced the goddamn game twice. And then everybody thought it was canceled, and they're like, oh yeah, this still exists, by the way. And that's Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah, last year, people described kind of the game, the closed door, behind the doors, what the game looked like, and it sounded almost too good to be true.
Yeah.
If they nail, if that scope of that game is what they're saying it is, then it could be, just, no pun intended, but it could be game-changing. And I really hope there's something from it.
Yeah. But they need to show that goddamn game off already. They first announced it like a decade ago. Show it off.
It sounds like they're going so far with it to where I hope that it's not something to where it's like, it's so far away, but
yeah, kind of like how Squaresoft came out and was like, yeah, well, you might not see the Final Fantasy VII remake for like 5 more years.
Yeah, and
then why the fuck did you announce it so early?
Square's doing a conference. Honestly, I don't really even have much to say about Square. Whatever, if there's going to be more DLC for Final Fantasy 15, whatever they're going to show.
Probably because they want to give that just shitloads of DLCs. Like, you've already released a version of it that was like a definitive edition, and then you announced more DLC, so the definitive edition is not so definitive anymore.
Right.
Stop!
Yeah. It's weird, and who knows what they're going to announce if they show Final Fantasy 7. If that's not coming until when the rumors talk about it, then I think it should just be canceled.
Yeah, 2023, which means it would come out on the PS5.
Yeah, it's like, give me a fucking break already. Thank God they have to have the smallest team working on that game.
Yeah, it's absurd, but back to Ubisoft.
I don't believe it. Oh, go ahead.
Don't they have a big racing series that they do?
I think so, but my mind is really drawing a blank.
Is it The Crew?
Is that it? Maybe? Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because they showed off one racing game where it had planes and boats and cars.
Yeah, the Crew, I think.
I haven't heard anything about that since. What the fuck happened to that?
I don't know. I thought the Crew came out. I didn't think it was like that big of a hit, but maybe
Yeah, I know the first Crew came out and it didn't make a big splash.
Yeah.
And then they announced a sequel to it, and I don't remember anything about it beyond that.
Yeah, I'm not very up on that one. I couldn't really say either way. I'm just hoping that their conferences have been pretty good the past couple of years, so I'm hoping they just continue the trend.
Yeah, their conferences got a lot better as soon as they let. God damn it! I watch Archer all the time, and her name's escaping me. The chick that plays Lana Kane.
girl from Friends, whatever her name was. She
The
was
girl from Archer.
Yeah, no, she was in Friends too. She was Aisha Taylor.
Yeah, her.
Yeah, she was in Friends for a few episodes. I was watching it then. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's a really good host. I just hope that their conference is just kind of what they've been doing the past couple of years. You know, show off a bunch of games for every different type of player, and it'll be good. I think there's do that, they don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah, the thing about Aisha Taylor hosting it is you could tell she. I mean, sure she's Jackie, but you could tell she is also not faking it when she talks about like, oh, I'm excited for this game. It looks awesome.
She really seems to like be into them, and some of them you can kind of see kind of catch her off guard, and she seems to really be enjoying it. So yeah, she's fun to watch host it.
Yeah, and their conferences got a lot less shit the moment she started hosting. So Nintendo, obviously, probably not doing another conference. They're doing another Nintendo Direct thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they're gonna show off. They'll show off Mario Tennis. I think they're gonna show off some form of DLC for Mario Sunshine.
Or not Mario Sunshine, Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, Odyssey, Odyssey is one of the best games ever made, along with Zelda. I think they'll. My big Nintendo hope is for gameplay of Pokemon on the Switch. I will fucking just absolutely flip my lid over that. Like
my big Nintendo hope is gameplay of the new Metroid Prime.
Yes, that, and then I think Smash Bros is going to have a huge Nintendo show presence. So
yeah.
So like you factor in those, what could be those, and then you also throw in like smaller games they're going to show, smaller ones they're going to announce, and I think Nintendo could be fucking nuts again this year.
Yeah, they've got Retro working on some kind of Star Fox game, don't they?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Do you remember what that's about?
Nope, but I'm excited to see it.
Hopefully they let you go with a more... if it's a typical Star Fox game, I hope they let you go with a more standard control scheme this time.
Well, they will. Yeah, I think they will. Because the Switch, I mean, you can play it so many ways, but if you have it docked, you know, motion control with the console itself, you're not going to do. Because you're going to be using the console, the Pro Controller, which the Pro Controller is maybe the best controller ever made. So.
Yeah. I still need to get a Switch at some point.
God damn, I cannot say enough good things about how much I love that console.
Yeah, everybody seems to love it. I just haven't had a cash. I'm saving up cash right now, and I've got about $200 in the bank. So I am trying to save cash to buy expensive things, but the problem is everything I want to buy is really fucking expensive. So
that's how it goes. Yeah, that's how it works.
I want a new video card. I want a new motherboard. I want a new processor. I want to double the amount of RAM I have in my PC. I want to pick up an Xbox One X and a 4K television, and I want a Switch.
Yeah, it's a decent amount of stuff.
And none of that is cheap.
Right.
But, yeah, I think they'll show gameplay of the new Metroid. We'll probably get another Yoshi game because they did, like, the Yoshi's Woolly World and a few other things.
Along with Pokemon, like, losing my mind. If they show a new Luigi's Mansion for the Switch, then Nintendo would win my heart for the rest of their existence.
Yeah, and I mentioned this earlier. It's rumored that they will show off gameplay and a trailer of Fallout 3 on the Switch. Fallout 3 Anniversary Edition.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was going to say, if they do announce a remaster of Fallout 3, I will buy that shit day one, even though I've already beaten the game 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, I was running my mouth earlier, but I'm sure if like I see one, like a remaster, I'll want it. It'll probably be pretty cool.
I admit that I'm tired of the constant remasters, like you said, but Fallout 3 I'll still buy because I love that game to death. Yeah.
If they did a remaster of New Vegas, I'd probably be pretty excited. Well, and I do have a lot of good memories of Fallout 3, so Yeah,
They're
instead of
both great. Like, I
Yeah.
don't understand why people like, oh, you have to like one or the other. No, they're both great. Fuck you.
hey, like whatever the fuck you want.
But that would be a big surprise because usually you don't see something that very obviously mature rated. I mean, you could sell kids into slavery in Fallout 3. That is fucked. You know?
Right.
Usually you don't see something that mature rated on on any Nintendo platform. When they shoot for a more adult audience, they usually don't go that far with it. But I'd be excited to see that. And why wouldn't they? I mean, it's not like Skyrim doesn't tackle a bunch of really mature topics, and they got that.
Yeah, I think it'd be done.
So I think that would be awesome, personally. But what else are they going to have to show? They'll probably have some kind of... Here's another old game that is being remastered for a Switch version. They'll probably do more of that because, I mean, a lot of the Switch's games were stuff that came out last gen, you know? To the point where it was like an internet meme about it for a while. Like, oh, all the Switch gets are ports of games you played 6 years ago.
My sound cut out there. Sorry.
I was just saying, like, the Switch, it was a meme for a while that all the Switch was getting were ports of old games. Which, there's some truth to it. It did get a lot of them, like it got the remaster of Skyrim, it got the remaster of, what the fuck is that detective game that Rockstar published?
Oh, L.A. Noire.
Yeah, that. It got a remaster of that. I know it got more. And I'm trying to think of what else it got off the top of my head.
Yeah, I think my brain's pretty much warped, so I mean, can't think of anything else.
Yeah, all I can think about is the fact that I'm fucking hungry. Supper was ready like an hour ago, but we had already started by then, so...
We can go ahead and wrap this up.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm expecting a good show from Nintendo overall, though. I think they'll have some new games to announce. That they'll probably show off the new Metroid. They'll probably show off a new Yoshi game. They might show off a new Mario or Mario Sports game. Probably show off that Star Fox project they got in the works.
Yeah, it'll be a fun show overall. So looking forward to it.
And I'm hearing rumors of an F-Zero game as well.
Yeah, it could be, I guess. I wouldn't be surprised.
But it's been so long since the F-Zero game that I kind of have to cast doubt. You know, like, when was the last one? It was, what, on the GameCube? But I gotta get myself something to eat, man. I'm fucking hungry.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. I gotta get going anyway.
Yeah, so thank you everybody for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. Share this podcast. Ring the little bell because otherwise subscribing doesn't do you much good. And apparently they're making more changes to the subscription box that still won't do you much good to subscribe. So stop messing with it, YouTube. God damn it. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks everybody and goodbye.
Later.